Hey everyone, it's Michael Brook from Rapid Couples Counselling. I just thought I'd record this brief video on the importance of fairness in a long-term relationship. Now, one of the things that I talk to couples all the time is about relationships being fair. It's incredibly important for your relationship to be fair because fairness is a mammalian value. What does that mean? Well, behavioral scientists have done experiments with a number of different mammals to see if these mammals, when treated unfairly, will react to their unfair treatment. They've done fairness experiments with birds, with monkeys, with dogs, and with rodents. And the reality is that's true. So a mammal in a group, when treated unfairly, will get really upset about their unfair treatment. A relationship is a group of two people, and if one person feels like they're being treated unfairly, then they will get really upset and they'll lose their shit. So it's really important for your relationship to be fair. And so what does that mean? How do you know your relationship's fair? Well, if you feel like the relationship's being fair. Now you have to agree upon what's fair. You have to agree upon what's fair, and both people have to consider that the definition of fair is reasonable. So where does unfairness show up? Well, unfairness tends to show up in relationships in terms of household work, just the day-to-day chores, things like doing the dishes, doing the washing, doing the cleaning. It can show up in terms of having time apart from each other. If one person never gets any time apart from the kids or time apart from each other, then a lot of people will find that to be unfair. It shows up in people's sexual engagement. If one person never gets to orgasm or one person isn't getting the sex they want, then they will often consider that to be unfair. And finally, it will show up in terms of finances and money and how people spend and what people do with their money. Fairness can show up in many different places in a relationship, and it's an ongoing negotiation. So what might have been fair in one circumstance or one time in your life, add a different circumstance, and that might change. For example, having children. So what might have been fair before having kids might not be fair after having kids. So it's a continuous renegotiation of what's fair. People will leave relationships that are unfair. People in a long-term relationship that's chronically unfair will get really, really miserable. So you have to agree upon what's fair, and you have to keep aiming for fairness in a relationship. It's incredibly important, and if both of you is feeling like the relationship isn't quite where you want it to be, I'm willing to bet one or both of you are thinking that part of what's going on isn't fair. If this has resonated with you, what you need to do is sit down and have a talk about your partner going, hey, I think what's going on in this particular aspect of our relationship is unfair, and we need to get to agreements about how you can bring fairness back into your relationship. So I hope this has helped. It's incredibly important to make your relationship fair. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. If this has resonated with you, please like and subscribe and put a comment in the video. If you have a challenge with your relationship and need to book in for a session, there's a booking link, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks very much for taking the time. Bye.